Welcome, Silver and Black Cast fans. It's your brother Marquise here with a quick, brief fantasy football outlook for our Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, it's that time of year again, guys, where you got to start preparing to dominate your fantasy football leagues. So I'm going to give you some sleepers. I'm going to give you some guys who may be under the radar and some guys that we expect to be studs that is going to help you win your fantasy football league. But just like the title says, Silver and Black, we're going to focus on only the players that really matter in this NFL league, and that's the Las Vegas Raider Stars. So let's start off first with Mr. Underrated, Jakobi Meyers. Jakobi Meyers, as we all know, had a terrific year in 2024. He had 82 receptions with 82 receptions with 87 receptions with 1,027 yards and 4 touchdowns only in 15 games. However, this year, the Silver and Black Cast projection is for 82 receptions, 1,024 yards, and 7 touchdowns. While we think that his yards are going to go down slightly and his receptions go down slightly, even though we are projecting him for a 17-game season, we do think his touchdowns will improve. And the reason for that is because mainly better quarterback play. The Geno Smith effect is going to trickle down, and he should be able to benefit more than anybody. Brock Bowers is going to get a ton of attention. Ashton Genty is going to have loaded boxes to try to stop the run, and it's going to be up to guys like Jakobi Meyers to try to beat that one-on-one coverage, and we think that he will with a great season with back-to-back 1,000-yard years. Jakobi Meyers, interesting stat. He's very underrated. In the last 4 years, there's only been 10 receivers that have had 67 plus catches and 800 plus yards. Jakobi Meyers is one of those 10 wide receivers. We see him as a solid wide receiver 2, a great wide receiver 3. And I'll tell you right now, if he's available in round 9 or 10, you better click that draft button because he is a steal. All right, next up, let's move on to the stud, the monster himself in Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, guys, we all know how terrific he is. We know what kind of year he had last year. He had 263 fantasy football points in a standard league, which is the most by any tight end ever, rookie tight end ever. He had the most receptions, most yards, most targets, most everything at a rookie tight end in the NFL history. Last year, he had a 23.6% target share of the Raider offense. He got 2.1 yards per route. He's going to be a monster again. We project him for 97 receptions, 1,082 yards, and 8 touchdowns this year. So we, again, similar to Jakobi Meyers, we do see a little drop off in receptions and yards, but we do see an increase in touchdowns. And again, the reason that goes back to Geno Smith, who we'll talk about soon. Geno Smith and Ashton Genty, improving those two positions, the quarterback and the running back position, will take pressure off of Brock Bowers. He also is getting drafted very, very high. As much as I am a Raider fan, I do think that drafting Brock Bowers in the second round may be a bit of a stretch. That's where his ADP currently is. Really, to me, if you can get him in the mid-third, fourth round, it's a steal. Tight ends, yes, he's going to be tight end 1. Yes, he's going to be a monster. But drafting a tight end that high that's only going to get you 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards, as opposed to turning down a wide receiver who may get you 1,300 yards, may be a bit of a stretch. And if you're trying to dominate, as much as I love Brock Bowers, it may be wise to wait another round to draft him. Going on to our next guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Geno Smith, new Raider quarterback. And this guy, I'm telling you right now, Raider Nation, he's being slept on hard. And I think it's ridiculous where they have him. Last year, he was overall the 14th overall quarterback in fantasy football. I've seen some projections that have him as low as 30. And the arguments are, the weapons aren't as good as he had in Seattle, they say, with DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Tyler Lockett. Well, Yes, some of those names are pretty good, but he has Brock Bowers. He has Jacoby Myers. We expect to see a guy like Michael Mayer take a leap. Trey Tucker's been looking good in preseason. Ashton Genty's going to get some receptions. And by the way, the running game is going to be Geno Smith's best friend. Let's not forget the fact that he has Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator, the same offensive coordinator who had led Nick Foles to his greatest NFL career with 27 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. That's right. I said Nick Foles had a 27 touchdown, 2 interception season with Chip Kelly at the helm. So I think Geno Smith is going to be spectacular. I think he's really being slept on. Some of the things that they hold against him is the fact that he had the 4th highest turnover-worthy throw rate under pressure in the NFL. And he was the most pressured quarterback in the NFL last year. However, he's not playing in Seattle anymore with that trash offensive line. He's now with the Las Vegas Raiders, who last year had the 14th best pass blocking offensive line. So this guy is put in a much better situation. And while some may question his weapons, he's an accurate quarterback, and you give him time, he's going to complete balls. And you complete balls to the talented players like Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Michael Mayer, then you're going to end up with touchdowns. So the Silver and Black Cast projection for this year is 4,180 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, what puts him in solid QB2 range, and maybe back in QB1 range. And let's go to our next to last guy that we want to highlight, and that's Ashton Genty. Come on, guys. I'm on record of telling you that I think that he's going to break Eric Dickerson's rookie rushing record of 1,800 yards. Now, I didn't project him for that high because I don't want to lead you guys astray. But if you look at our projection, we do have him for over a combined 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns. He's going to be the focal point of that offense. He will be the X factor in that Raiders offense. And when you have a guy like Geno Smith who can sling the ball all over the yard, it makes it hard to load the box. Teams will do that. Teams are going to load the box and try to make our wide receivers beat them because they know that Brock Bowers is a monster across the middle. They know that Ashton Genty, if he gets ahead of steam, he is a problem. But what they don't know is, can Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker or Jack Besh, can these guys, or Dante Thornton, can these guys cause problems to beat their cornerbacks one-on-one? But they're going to learn. They're going to learn today because Geno Smith's going to be slinging that rock all over the field, and Ashton Genty will be able to benefit out of lighter boxes when he runs the ball after Geno Smith starts shredding them. So Ashton Genty is projected at 8. His average draft position, ADP, is 10th overall. He's projected to be a first-round draft pick, and he's going to be a first-round draft pick. He's going to earn that first-round draft pick, first-round draft pick thought process, and he's going to make sure he proves to everyone why he's drafted that high. The last person I want to talk about is not someone that I think you should draft early in the draft, but someone maybe in your dynasty leagues, someone maybe in the last round of your draft, and that's rookie wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. This guy, let's paint the picture. He's 6'5", runs a 4.3 flat. The only people in the combine that size to run that fast was Calvin Johnson and DK Metcalf. This guy athletically is a stud. He led college football last year with yards per reception, averaging 21.9 yards per catch. This guy's going to make big plays. He may not have a ton of yardage, but he is currently, as a rookie, slated to be the starting wide receiver opposite Jacoby Myers. He also is playing with Geno Smith, who over the last 3 seasons has had a 99.9, the highest deep ball passing rating of any quarterback in the NFL. So you pair a great deep ball passer with a guy who's 6'5" with 4.3 speed, who will not be the focal point of the offense. People will be loading up to stop Ashton Genty. People will be doubling across the middle with linebackers and safeties to try to stop Brock Bowers with bracket coverage. And that leaves a guy like Dante Thornton one-on-one with a cornerback who can't run with him and a quarterback who wants to throw the ball. That's a recipe for success. I liken him to a guy like Martavis Bryant, the White Tiger, as John Gruden used to call him. And if you go back to Martavis Bryant for rookie year, he had about catches, 600 yards, and almost 10 touchdowns in 10 games. In 10 games. So if it wasn't for his drug use, we know Martavis Bryant would have been a stud in the NFL. Dante Thornton, luckily, seems to have his head on his shoulders. So in the Dynasty League, guys, don't be afraid to draft this guy, because by year 2 or 3, you might be happy that you took a flyer on him. All right, Raider Nation, Brother Marquise is out. Appreciate you. Go win that fantasy league. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the flip side. Win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till we die. Just win, baby.